For me, it is very nice to see the edge of the river come alive in a way that it always is supposed to have been. We aren't kind of disrespecting the water. We aren't treating the water as a secondary backyard for our waste. We are, highlighting it with such a beautiful infrastructure.
Welcome to Mumbai, where the city is looking to expand its first biodiversity park into an urban forest. These efforts are part of the Climate Solutions Partnership, or the CSP, where we are researching financing mechanisms to help drive increased investment into sustainable infrastructure for the city of Mumbai. Let's hear from a variety of stakeholders. These are stakeholders engaging on the Marol urban forest, and they will tell you what an urban forest is, why is it important for Mumbai's climate action goals, and how can public and private actors better collaborate for increased investment into climate projects.
Earlier, the Marol was an industrial area. By developing such kind of park, there will be availability of public facility to the nearby residents, reduction in heat, and recharging of groundwater. Several factors which will help biodiversity, and some place will be available to the local community to play.
In this concrete jungle, people get a green area and where they can do yoga, meditation, exercise, relaxation, and a lot of workshops or spaces for workshop, and people can do nature walks, photography. So these are the other social benefits of this kind of park development. The main focus is public space, right? That it is not been viewed from biodiversity perspective, and it's used for the people. We can blend these two approaches, for people as well as for biodiversity.
I feel a lot of people would be willing to volunteer. A lot of parents want their kids to be involved in something where they're learning, and they are giving back to the society.
Basically, we are also trying to demonstrate they are tackling a whole host of different environmental issues. It's not like the grey infrastructure that we built to tackle just one single issue in the city. Not all nature-based solutions are going to look the same. So especially even if we're scaling it, it's not a very straightforward model of replicating the same solution everywhere. There is a component of a very context-based, for example, there are components that are very relevant to the community and its needs, and also where it is situated in the watershed and how much water it can accommodate. For us, then the process of arriving at that solution becomes valuable than the solution itself.
Unlike mitigation projects, where carbon benefits become very evident and easier because there are markets which have developed, there are calculators, there are structures which have evolved. NBS is still very nascent in those perspectives. But if you look at the alternatives, of course, philanthropic funds is one large area where you can try and seek some donor funds or grant funds to see if the project preparatory activities could be funded. Academic technical collaborations with universities, with larger technology schools, which also have their own budgets to fund or finance some of these preparatory activities, could be one classic case where it could be a win-win benefit both for the project as well as the agency who is associating, because they get good amount of research and related works. That's as far as the project preparation is concerned.
The potential of not investing in infrastructure can have massive costs for the city. So the only way to offset those costs is to act now and invest in both resilient adaptation projects, but also to look at reducing emissions within cities.
So in my view, I think having proper mechanism to get these projects prepared, identifying some of the monetizing mechanisms in terms of what are the direct revenues, because there are very few in a NBS. So what are indirect revenues which can be associated with some of these NBS projects, to tie them up together and recover monies, so that there's a larger interest of diversifying the financing options, of also looking at debt options, climate bond options, and even some additional alternatives to really address this challenge.
If you're able to solve the problem in a city that's as complex with a population density that Mumbai has, at the scale that Mumbai has, solving it here has a lot of lessons to offer for cities around the country.